Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds. Referee for this event, Arvin Teller.
Here we go right away. You see it on the left of your screen in the neon trunks. Spath is a lefty. Now, I thought it might be a bit of more of a striking bout, but I think Spath, he looks like he has a low stance ready to shoot. In fact, you can see him reach for that single a little bit.
Zapata in the blue gloves, Spath in the red gloves. Both fighters still on their feet.
Man, brilliant job getting that inside tie from Zapata, but he gets tossed there, uses that Cagezilla over the top of the neck to stand, can't quite do it. And it looks like, oh, Rocky's making a bit of a big mistake. You see his left arm, he's trying to use that, he thinks, to turn into Spath, but he actually is going to get himself, there we go, good job, let it go. He's going to get himself either crucifixed or his back taken with already one hand immobilized. Much better job by him there. Now you see this is a classic, I wouldn't say classic, but pretty close to a classic wrestling ride here for MMA purposes anyway, adapted from Spath.
And this is another one of those times where if you're a fighter, you use the cage, rub his face, rub his head on the cage.
Or conversely, if you're Zapata, you got to get up.
Right.
You have no offense from Turtle here. Unless you want to invert and go for a knee bar. You can do that here. You can see the one leg of Zapata's in between. You can do that, but now you can't. Good job, by the way, by Spath. Always put the first hook in on the near side. You see a lot of guys trying to take the back like they're jumping on a horse. Never do that. That doesn't work, at least not against anybody good.
Referee for this event, Arvin Teller. This fight is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds. It's sponsored by A-Town. Welcome to A-Town. You've arrived at the right place down in Arlington.
And it looks like, yep, I thought so. Zapata is looking for that Kimura on the left arm of Spath. It's more of a defensive Kimura. I'm not saying it won't work. It very well may. In fact, the famous fighter, Kazushi Sakuraba, did it to Renzo Gracie. But that's Sakuraba. Not everyone is Sakuraba. What it does is it slows the fight down and it forces someone, in this particular case like Spath, to reevaluate how he wants to go forward. Because if you're not careful, and he's not exactly being careful, you can get in big trouble. But if you are, you can be okay. If I was Spath, see, he's going for that leg ride. I actually wouldn't do that. I've seen guys get out of it. He's doing okay here, just like that. You got to be careful. Go ahead and just pass. They're not going to stop you from passing, and then opening up with strikes to the body will usually let him go. He can get rolled here. I know he's in mount, but look at that. That's painful. He might be forced to roll off of mount as a consequence. People don't realize, Kevin, that double wrist lock, which is what it's called in catch wrestling, it is so strong as a grip. Even if someone's in a bad spot, look, Zapata is mounted. He might get out of mount because that grip is so ridiculous.
He's just going to flip Spath over.
I actually think that, I mean, it looks like Spath doesn't want to lose it, but he's hooking himself there. You can see there's one leg against the left leg, but look, Zapata has reversed. If he lets go, he's got reverse. Or he might get waiter swept. Or waiter swept, I should say.
We haven't seen it a lot. We haven't seen it a lot where guys have been on the ground. But what's the rule on standing guys up if they're not fighting, if they're just laying on each other?
Well, they're not really doing that though. I mean,
they're going at it. Right. But we haven't seen that. But we saw just some trying to hand fight over there. Will he stand him up?
Hold on. I have a question about the timing of the round. Is the round over?
I couldn't see.
Or close to it? Because this seems a lot longer than 3 minutes. It is a title bout. I don't know if that would make...
Oh, it is a title fight.
So that would make it the five minutes.
I'm sorry. It's 3 5-minute rounds. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't see the title. This is our first title fight this evening.
So now here's a lot of options. Right. He's got a tight waist around him with the left arm. He's got the other arm blocked up. He could roll over if you wanted to get a crucifix. A lot of different things you can do here. You've immobilized the arm. You can't move yourself as a consequence, but you've really taken away a lot of their offensive tools. By the way, we didn't note it. Good job by Spath of slowly working his way out of that Kimura.
So this is a title fight. This is our first title fight this evening here at Cagezilla. This is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. This is where I lose my lack of attention, Luke. I apologize.
No, that's okay. Rules are complicated in MMA. People think it's just two guys fighting in a cage. It's not. A great job here by Zapata. Got the right heel lifted up by Spath. He's going to try and use that. He could trip out the other leg and kick out the post. Decides to let it go, apparently.
Spath in the yellow trunks, Zapata in the black trunks. Fighting red and blue. 8-0 for Spath, 4-0 for Zapata.
What's interesting is that Zapata, it didn't happen to him, but he was in a position where Spath could have done to him what Zapata did to Spath with the Kimura.
Both fighters back toe-to-toe. That's the end of round number 1. Let me correct this with everybody here in the arena, Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a title fight. I spoke earlier, this is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. 3 5-minute
Taking a look at the replay here. You can see, it looks like from this angle, he's just banging on him from that the leg ride position. And you look at the left leg, that's going to be what Spath uses to roll over, jump out on top. But that Kimura was deep, man. Even if it wasn't locked up from the proper position, it's enough to make you have to do things you don't want to do.
You're sitting over here in the red corner and you're Spath's coach. What are you telling him after getting your arm wrapped around?
You need to establish dominant positions from not where his back is still against the fence where he can do that. You got a level change and scoop. It looks like he doesn't want to strike too much from the outside, but if they're going to be in these clinch positions jockeying along the fence, that's when someone like Zapata, who may not have like the wrestling sort of physicality, can have the wrestling counters of someone that you've already seen.
All right, here we go for round number 2. It's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. This is a title fight, the first one this evening here at Cagezilla, brought to you by A-Town. Welcome to A-Town. You've arrived at the right place. The bar is down in Arlington. Both fighters touch gloves, meet on the Domino's logo, and here we go.
Fantastic front kick to a straight. And they exchanged. Neither guy could establish base until Spath came out the second time. Right into side control. This is something folks may not notice. Now he got it. So look, you want to cover the space, and Zapata's going to put it back in, but you want to cover the space from armpit to hip. If they have their elbow inside, they can do a lot with it. When you control that space, he might get a head and arm triangle if he can squeeze that left arm around. That's true side controls when their elbow cannot close to their ribs. He might have an arm bar here too if he's not. Oh, there we go.
Spun around.
Boy, Zapata is squirmy, man. He's hard to hold down too. He gets to his base, and you can see, look, that tight waist. That's where you probably don't want to be. He's going to hand fight here and not go for it, but I don't know. Boy, this is going to be a weird fight to judge.
Yeah, I mean, who did you have in round number 1?
I'm not sure that I don't know.
Are you able to commit?
I would probably give it to Spath. But if you see what's happening here, one guy is winning on control positions, and the other guy is doing things, not so much from a damage standpoint, but something threatening with joint manipulation, trying to move the fight in his direction by attacking limbs. What is the judge going to care more about? I mean, you have to say, well, how effective was it? Well, he didn't get out of those positions, but he definitely sort of rejiggered what Spath was trying to do. That's not enough to win a round, but man, he's getting close. And we find ourselves in the same thing, back to that Kimura. So now Spath has to stop what he's doing, and what we say in jiu-jitsu, you have to respect it. Not saying it's going to work, but you got to respect it. It looks like Zapata let it go.
Zapata in the blue glove.
He's got a knee bar as soon as he just lays forward. He had one anyway.
This is a difference between 3 3-minute rounds and 3 5-minute rounds.
Man, it's brutal.
With 15 minutes of fighting. And there's a difference between being in shape and fight shape.
It's funny, Zapata just shook his head there.
Like he didn't have it.
He's probably a little frustrated that this guy is all over him and he just can't get his offense going. But at the same time, can anyone really say, well, Zapata's been hurt in this fight? Absolutely not. Wrestling is part of MMA, but if you're a fighter and you're in a fight and you lose because of wrestling, let's just say it's deeply unsatisfying. Trying to squeeze that hook in, but standing, that's really hard to do unless you're going to switch out the other side and whip them off the fence and then take them down, blocking what would ordinarily be their balancing leg.
Trying to spin around. Referee for the event, Arvin Teller. Arvin Terrell has been a referee for the GCA for a long time, and he's been coming out to a lot of these events. And when it's a title fight like this, I guess you give it a little more time to let these guys hand fight a little more.
Now that's better. He has the hook locked up, and he's got to stay off that fence. There you go. Has to keep his base up. See how his base is now on his knees? I'm not saying you have to stay there forever, but that's much better than being on your back and just trying a desperation Kimura.
Yeah, that looked bad for Shaun Spath right there. I thought for a second that he was going to get spun around.
So it looks like he might try an Iranian lift. No, he's not. There was a minute there where it looked like Zapata could have turned him. He let it go. Spath just diving in on a single.
Couple elbows to the ridge from Zapata.
These are nice. Hit him in these control positions. It's not like Spath's doing a whole lot of damage there.
Right.
You do it. Well, I have to say it. You know, Zapata maybe not be the wrestler that Spath is, but he is a handful, trying to score damage at all times. Now, we were talking about scoring in the first round. This is a much better round for Zapata. Got up and look, you have Spath running
from his life. What was that? What just happened?
Are you seriously stopping the fight when the guy is hurt and running away? You have got to be. He didn't call time either. Yeah,
what happened?
Not the best referee action I've ever seen. Sorry. That is unbelievable.
I mean, I thought that he had him, and
you can listen. The referee can stop a round if he needs to put that back in, but not when a guy is getting chased. Oh my God, that's so ridiculous.
Wow.
And you didn't call time? Amazing.
Zapata is taunting Spath now, telling him to hit him.
I think he's coming alive.
Yeah, he's found it.
He's taken the best that Spath has to offer from a grappling standpoint. I'm not saying he won, but brilliant step through knee. Look at that, digging both underhooks and ripping him off of his hips. Yeah, this is a much better round for Zapata. Oh, look what's happening every time he throws punches. Spath is leaning forward. So what's he doing? He's timing the step through knee. Got a sprawl hard, yeah, attacking the body. Look at that. Then getting both hooks in front, getting the cross face there with the left hand, and then stepping away. Brilliant job. Zapata is a beast.
Zapata has come alive here at the end of the second round and just throwing haymakers.
Dude, this is not intelligent defense, and I think his mouthpiece came out again.
That's the end of round number
it's
2,
still in.
and that might have saved him.
You got to get up at the end of a round. You can't lay there. The referee should seriously look into stopping this fight. If you cannot get up and walk to your stool, you have every right in the world for a referee to stop it.
Wow, Shaun Spath just really looks like he is not all with it.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Look at the distance management. Bang, bang. He missed it, but look, digging both underhooks and ripping him off. Step through.
Great knee.
You see that every time he throws. What's Spath doing? Or Spath bending over at the waist. Meet him there with a knee. That way, not only are you throwing the knee, they're diving into it.
Here we go with the round number 3 of this title fight. Both fighters undefeated. This is for the 135.
He can't get off his stool. This referee, listen, this is a hard job. Everyone's job here is difficult. But if you're not even checking on a guy who can barely walk to his stool after the round, you got some serious questions you need to start answering.
Doctor's in the ring, Dr. Dennis O'Hara. I don't know if I'd send him back out.
Yeah, see, I don't really like this.
I don't even know.
Look at the look on his face. He doesn't want to be there. He's got his hands. Look at the body language. What are you doing?
You can't send him back out.
Stop the fight.
Oh my gosh.
And look at Zapata. He knows he's got a guy hurt.
I mean, Zapata.
Listen, I'm not even saying Spath can't come back.
Oh my God.
Hold on. I'm not even saying Spath can't come back. You can. But stopping a fight means you have cause or you don't.
Well, let's see.
And he's in a bad way when he gets out. Look, because Spath could have had him there, but he's just out of it, man.
He's done.
If I'm Zapata, even if I have mercy on this poor kid, I'm going to back away and maybe just bang on him. But he's already scooped the far ankle, and now he's on top. I have to say I'm really disappointed in this referee. He may be a good guy personally, but this is a very poor job.
Not one of the best fights.
It looks like he's trying to go for a mounted guillotine. There's still that knee in between that's preventing him really sinking his hips. There we go.
I actually thought he was trying to tap.
Doesn't look like it, otherwise he'd keep going. Yeah, and listen, he's holding his gloves. Jesus. There we go. So look, he's showing him his back.
I mean, this is early in the round number 3. If he can make it this entire round, this is unbelievable.
Stop the fight. What are you waiting for?
This is crazy.
Stop the fight!
This is crazy. He's just pounding on him now.
Stop the fight! I'm not even on. I don't even know Roque Zapata. I don't know him. Stop
There
the
we
fight,
go.
Jesus!
There we go. Holy cow.
Listen, this is a tough sport.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be made tougher by bad officiating.
That's just a tough one. I mean, the heart from Shaun Spath.
Oh, he's amazing. There's no doubt about it. And this was his first loss. He's obviously a credentialed competitor. Let's take a look at this replay. He tries to throw a head kick and slips, and Spath has him dead to rights, but just can't do anything about it. Look at this.
Here
Flat
come
on
the
his
lefts,
back.
lefts,
He's not even
lefts.
covering
He's not-
his ears.
Yeah.
He's just sitting here. Look at this. He is begging for a referee stoppage.
Unbelievable. All right, 135 title goes to Roque Zapata. What a great fight out of Zamora Boxing. When we come back, Anthony Wilson. It's a catchweight fight, the 210 guys. Malcolm Travis, it's the big boys tonight, right here at Cagezilla.
Referee stopped the fight 1 minute and 13 seconds into round number 3. Winner out of the blue corner, Roque Zapata!
Well, the good news is that the doctor is attending to Spath immediately as he walks out of the cage. That makes me happy to see it. It looks like Spath doesn't want to talk to him, but that's important. Now, congratulations, of course, have to go to Roque Zapata. He did a fantastic job, and he's got the belt around his waist for a reason. You can see here he misses on the kick, but is already scrambling. Spath, man, had him there, but just couldn't do anything about it. And here's Zapata, hips down, driving strikes into the face of Spath. Good performance by him, not so much by the referee. More great Cagezilla action coming your way after this.